Hi.
Hey guys, so today I am doing the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Iceberg. I don't know about you guys, but I've been really obsessing over watching iceberg videos where people explain like creepy shit, like deep web icebergs or internet icebergs or YouTube icebergs. I've kind of been binging them lately, and I was like, damn, I wish I knew something enough to do an iceberg on it. And then I was like, oh wait, I do. I can do an iceberg on Jeffree Star Cosmetics. Go through the items from top to bottom. The top is going to be easiest to get items, items that are part of the permanent line, eyeshadow palettes that I don't really see being discontinued. And then as we go down, we will work towards the really rare items, and it'll get the further we go down the iceberg, the more rare it will get. I did want to start off by saying that this is my opinion. This is just from my experience collecting. I'm not going to take out, I have every item on the list, but I'm not going to take out every single thing from my collection because I don't have enough room beside me for it all to be out, and that's a lot of work. I have everything the way I like it, so I'm not going to go ahead and, you know, take it all out. I'm going to actually be posting photos of these items. Also, disregard the fan noise in the background. It's very fucking hot here. So starting off at the very top, we have the Beauty Killer eyeshadow palette. This eyeshadow palette is Jeffree Star's first eyeshadow palette, and I truly don't see it being discontinued due to the fact that it is his first. Similar to the permanent velour liquid lipsticks that were introduced very early on in the line's age. Like for example, Red Rum, Celebrity Skin, Weirdo, Drug Lord. I don't see any of those being discontinued. So the permanent velour liquid lipsticks are very easy to come by as well too, easy to get from any one of Jeffree's website, Jeffree Star Cosmetic dealers, I guess. We have the Magic Star Concealer, and due to the popularity of the Magic Star Concealer, I truly don't believe that it would be discontinued either. I know it's very popular, a lot of people use it, and with it being his first formula, I don't see it being discontinued, so that will continue to be, in my opinion, one of the highest sellers. Then we have the permanent velour lip scrubs. For example, like the blue raspberry freeze. There's some standard flavors that I just don't think, or the blue raspberry sucker, sorry, that I just don't think will be discontinued. Then we have the permanent makeup bags, and by that I mean like the standard pink, the standard silver. I think these will probably not be canceled or discontinued because they're the standard, you know what I mean? Like similar to Celebrity Skin, Red Rum. They're not gonna discontinue something that wasn't part of a collection, that was a permanent item and is such a fixture for their brand. And with the Magic Star Concealer, we also have the Magic Star Powder, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that in here as well. Everything above the water up on the top of the iceberg is all very easy to come by and very easy to get, so that's why I've gone ahead and included this. The permanent velour lip liners, by permanent velour lip liners I mean the ones from the new release. The old release where they were a bit grittier, they were reformulated, so the new releases are very easy to come by. Similar to the other items, I think everyone needs a red lipstick, so they'll keep Red Rum. Everyone needs lip liners, so they'll keep the velour lip liners. Everyone needs a makeup bag, so they'll keep the pink makeup bag, that type of situation. And then we have the permanent Velvet Trap lipsticks. I think with the popularity of these lipsticks, they will not be discontinued. That's just a personal opinion. With the different collections rolling out. Those ones might be harder to come by with the Pink Religion collection. However, with the permanent line with Celebrity Skin OG, different ones, I don't think that they will be discontinued. I can kind of lump these two together because they are the Supreme glosses and the regular glosses. I think the regular line will stay the regular line. And I don't think that the collection releases like the Cremated and the Orgy and the Blood Money, those may start to be a little harder to come by, but I still see those on some of Jeffree's website distributors. So I don't see those being, you know, very rare items. I think they'll be mainstays in the Jeffree Star Cosmetics line. And then we have the permanent hand mirrors, which goes along with the permanent makeup bags, kind of. Like the hot pink is kind of always going to stay because it's one of the standard for the Jeffree Star Cosmetics line. The lighter pink, I think these options will always be there for people. I don't think that they would ever be discontinued. The only option that I see them being discontinued for is if they're to do like instead of a holographic, maybe they just do a reflective, but I don't really see them doing that. That's personal opinion, of course. That's with the makeup bags. With the mirrors, maybe they could go matte with them instead of the glossy, but I don't really see that happening either due to the fact that they already have the hand mirrors right there. They're the mainstay in the collection as well too. Next we have the Blood Sugar eyeshadow palette. Now, if you're familiar with Jeffree Star Cosmetics, you know that the Blood Sugar eyeshadow palette is, I'm not like knowledgeable on Jeffree Star's numbers and selling. However, I do think that the Blood Sugar palette is probably the best sold. You know, I know that as a brand, you have to continue saying, that was the best-selling palette ever. That was the best-selling palette ever. But I do definitely think that the Blood Sugar palette takes the cake. I think that that really set the standard for the Jeffree Star Cosmetics formula. And even the palettes that came before that, like Thirsty, didn't sell as significantly as the Blood Sugar palette, in my opinion, just because of seeing the hype around it. Next, we have the Creamsicle Mirror with the hole. There's a reason I have chose the Creamsicle Mirror with the hole above the waterline, because it's still available on distributors. I think that this will be another mainstay because it is so popular, along with the Bomb Pop Mirror with the hole. However, that one's a bit further down due to the fact that it is sold out a lot. It does get released and restocked. However, it does sell out very quickly due to the original Bomb Pop without the hole being harder to come by. So just breaking the waterline, I have the Thirsty eyeshadow palette. This is actually the re-release, which you can find a lot now. It was re-released with the words Artistry palette at the bottom. So that one is discontinued, but it is still fairly easy to come by. So it's not the most rare item, and you're not really going to pay an arm and a leg for this item. Then we have the Regina George Skin Frost. So I find this one is a little harder to come by because it's no longer on the JSC website. It is on Beautylish though, so it might be discontinued. I'm not sure. It hasn't been announced to my knowledge that it is being discontinued. So I have it below the surface because you could still buy it and it's still easier to come by. However, it does look like it might be being weaned out. I'm not entirely sure. Next, we have the Bomb Pop Mirror with the hole just below the surface. And for the same reason as the Creamsicle Mirror with the hole, the Bomb Pop Mirror with the hole is just below the surface because it's always sold out. Even when it gets restocked, it sells out like that. So that's why I think that this one is a little more rare, not as rare because you could still come by them, but they are sold out quite frequently. Next we'll go to the 24 karat Skin Frost Pro palette. This one is similar to the Regina George Skin Frost, whereas they're still sold, however, sold out on the JSC website, but you can still buy them on some of the distributors. Then we have the Diamond Wet Supreme Frost, which is very sought after from the line of Supreme Frosts. I could see the Supreme Frost line being discontinued due to the fact that the Supreme Frosts is a mainstay, and then the Extreme Frosts are very popular, I think. So I could see the line being discontinued. However, it's still there. It's just that the Diamond Wet is sold out at the time, but you can still get it on other distributors. Then we have the Chartreuse mirror, and this is from the summer 2019 Jawbreaker collection. You could still come by this one fairly easily, but it is rare. It's not sold on the JSC website any longer, and it is sold out on Beautylish, so it is a bit harder to come by. However, resellers, there is quite a few resellers that I've seen that are selling the Chartreuse mirrors. Next we have the Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson collab. I'm kind of including this as a whole because while some of the items are still for sale, I don't see them being for sale for long. And there's certain items that are harder to come by, like the bags. So I definitely just don't see this being a mainstay in the collection. I could be wrong. However, some of the items are fairly hard to come by. Like I know the pig print pink bag, I believe, is fairly hard to come by. Next we have the ONYX Ice Skin Frost, and this one is sold out on Beautylish, and it's no longer on the JSC website, so I'm not sure if it's discontinued. I do think that it probably wasn't as good as a seller due to the fact that it's a black highlighter. It was lovely as an eyeshadow though. I used it as an eyeshadow a lot. So with it being sold out on some of the distributors and no longer on the JSC website, I have noticed a couple people, you know, searching around for the ONYX Ice Skin Frost, and you can still find it. However, you will pay a little bit of a higher price tag for it. Next, we have the mini ornaments, which is also something that was only sold once. If this gets re-released, then it would of course be higher up on the iceberg. However, you know, for now it's here. These were released in the Christmas 2020. So I could see these being released again because they did sell very quickly. However, for now, they are a little bit harder to come by and they are more expensive. So we have the original Thirsty eyeshadow palette, which does have eyeshadow and pressed pigment palette on it instead of artistry palette. So this one's a bit harder to come by. This is the original release. When it was first released, this is the one that came out, and then when it was re-released, it came out with the words artistry palette on it. So this one's a bit harder to come by because the market is a little bit watered down with the ones that say artistry palette. Next is the liquid frosts. These were discontinued, and while you can still come by them and people do sell them for fairly reasonable pricing, it will be a bit harder to complete your collection with the blue blood frosts and or liquid frosts and some of the other colors. They're a bit harder to come by. So I do think it's possible, but I do think they're a bit more rare of an item due to the fact that they have been discontinued for quite a while now. Next we have the Nathan liquid lipstick, which is from the family collection. Jeffree and Nathan did break up, so that is no longer sold, which does suck because it is a beautiful color. I would love it if he came out with the exact same color titled like ex-boyfriend or something. I think that would be both cheeky and a good way for people to still have the Nathan liquid lipstick. I have seen quite a few people online seeking the Nathan liquid lipstick. It's like a nice terracotta nude, and you can see a swatch of it in my video where I swatched every single Jeffree Star Cosmetics Velour liquid lipstick. Next, we have the Summer 2021 mystery box mirror, which is the Pinksicle. Thank you, by the way, everyone online who provided photos. I googled and some of them didn't have stock images, so I had to kind of use photos where people were selling them. But I have this one so high on the iceberg, still under the water because it won't be sold again. However, I have seen quite a few of them being sold. You will pay probably about double the price of a regular mirror for this. However, I think it's worth it because I think it is a very adorable mirror. The popsicles are probably my favorite, but that's why this one's on here, because it's a bit harder to come by. Next, we have the Jeffree Star and Morphe collab. So this one is where it is because it's not the hardest to come by. You will pay a bit more for it. Some of the items I've seen being sold for a bit more. Like, I know the like the brushes, the setting spray, the palette was all only until recently, if I'm not mistaken, sold at Morphe. But it is discontinued now, and due to the relationship with Morphe, this will of course not be being made again. However, I do think that it's a little easier to come by. Then we have the Soul Sucker liquid lipstick, which is from the Halloween 2019 mystery boxes. I have this one a bit higher than Zombie Kiss because I've seen more of the Soul Suckers being sold, resold, than I have seen of the Zombie Kiss. And you'll pay a bit less for the Soul Sucker liquid lipstick than you will for the Zombie Kiss. However, it has only been released once and it only will be released once. So that's why it is under the water, because it is more of a rare item, which is a bit harder to come by. Then we have the Halloween 2019 mystery box mirror, which is the orange mirror with the black logo. So this one's a bit harder to come by. It wasn't back in the day when the mystery boxes first came out. They were kind of being sold frequently. However, I haven't seen a lot of them being sold recently. So that's why I think that the Halloween 2019 mystery box mirror is a bit harder to come by. Then we have the Peppermint Frost highlighter palette. So this is a beautiful skin frost palette that was released in the 2019 Christmas mystery box. It is very beautiful. I wish we would get more exclusive highlighters and things like that. I think they're very fun. But the Peppermint Frost is never going to be released again, and he thought about releasing it again. However, there was kind of an uproar due to the fact that it was marketed as an exclusive item. So I don't see it being released again. However, you can find them frequently on the market. You will pay more for them, however, which, you know, is kind of comes with the territory. But for a brand new inbox one, you will pay more, but it is a little easier to come by. You just have to be willing to pay that extra amount. Then we have the lip ammunitions. So these ones are a little hit and miss. There's some colors that are very easy to come by. Obviously, this line of lip products has been completely discontinued. Some of the colors are not easy to come by, like the Alien lip ammunitions and the Chrome lip ammunitions. They're not easy to come by. Therefore, I do think that it will be harder for people to complete their collections if they're wanting to do the lip ammunition collection. So that's why it is lower on the iceberg. Then we have the Alien eyeshadow palette, which was discontinued. I find it's still being sold online. However, you do have to pay a little bit more. So I do see that rarity in it. I don't see it being brought back like Thirsty I don't think that there's that much of an uproar for it. It definitely could, but I see more so, the more likelihood of it is Jeffree releasing single shadows from Alien. I may be wrong, but that's just what I see. Then we have the Valentine's Day 2020 Mystery Box Liquid Lipstick. I've included this one lower on the Iceberg because the item is very hard to come by at a reasonable price. It is harder to come by, I think, honestly, because the name of it is just a broken heart. I think if it had a name like Zombie Kiss or Soul Sucker, it would be a bit easier to come by. However, it does not. You can still find it, but you'll be paying a lot more than retail. Of course, if you have not paid more than retail and you've purchased it, that's awesome, and I'm very happy for you that you were able to do so. This is just in my experience of seeing them at a higher price. Next we have the Jeffree Star and Manny MUA collab. Much harder to come by, the lip colors and the highlighters. The full box set's very hard to come by, with the packaging and everything still intact. So I put this one so low because it is harder to come by, and if you do find it, you will pay significantly more for it. Then we have the Northern Lights Supreme Frost palette, which is highly sought after at this moment. It wasn't my favorite JSC item. I didn't find that it packed the punch that I'm used to with his highlighters. However, it is pretty highly sought after right now, and I don't think that it'll ever be brought back. So you will end up paying quite a bit more for it, unfortunately. Next, we have the Summer 2019 Mystery Box Liquid Lipstick. This one is the first one that was released for the exclusive, an exclusive liquid lipstick for the mystery boxes, and this was in the Jawbreaker collection. So it's harder to come by for sure. It's a beautiful color, and I think that's why it's so hard to come by, because it is extremely wearable and very beautiful. You can see a swatch of it in my video where I swatch every single JSC liquid lipstick. Next we have Mystery Frost, which is from the 2019 Halloween mystery boxes. This is like it's like a beige with black specks in it. It's very cool looking. I don't see it being brought back because it wasn't exclusive to that mystery box. However, you can buy it secondhand or like brand new in box from resellers. It is a bit more expensive, unfortunately, though. I have seen quite a few of them around, but you will pay a pretty penny for this Mystery Frost. Next, we have the Family Collection box set. So this box set, I'm talking about the Family Collection box with all of the liquid lipsticks, is very hard to come by. Normally you'll find all the liquid lipsticks or just the family box, but it's very hard to come by as one unit. And if you do find it as one unit, you'll probably be paying upwards of $150 to $200. So it is harder to come by, and it is more of a lucrative item. Next, we have the Christmas 2019 Mystery Box Liquid Lipstick, which I didn't see a lot of being sold online. So I think that this one would be a bit harder to get than the Summer 2019 Mystery Box Liquid Lipstick. The Christmas one is like a red metallic, and it's very pretty. I wish that it would be brought back. However, it can't be brought back because it was part of a mystery box. Therefore, I do think it is more of a rarer item that you will end up paying, you know, a little bit more for. Next, we have the Creamsicle Mirror without the hole. This is the original release from the Thirsty collection. These are a bit easier to come by than the Bomb Pop, but they're still quite hard to come by, and you will still pay around $150 for them. So they are a bit more expensive, but they are, that's why the without hole is much easier, because that's the re-release. The original without hole is harder to come by. Next, we have the Zombie Kiss liquid lipstick, which is from the 2019 Halloween mystery box. This one is like a purple metallic. I haven't seen a lot of them being sold online. This one is goes for much more than the Soul Sucker for some reason. I'm not sure why, but it is sought after by the collector community. So that's why it's a bit more, a bit lower on the list. Next, we have the Summer 2017 Chrome Box Set, which is much harder to come by. I'm talking about the box with all of the lipsticks and the lip ammunitions. That is very hard to come by, as well as the other one with just the liquid lipsticks. So that's why I've gone ahead and put that so low. With it being from 2017, it's quite a long time ago. If it ever got re-released, I don't see it happening, but if it ever got re-released, then it would definitely be higher on the list. However, for right now, that's where it stands. Next, we have the Thirsty Star Mirror, which is hard to come by. When you do come by it, you will be spending quite a bit of money. It's very expensive. You'll be spending probably around $200 to $300 for it. So it is easier to come by, and if you're willing to pay it, you can get it, but it's the payment that is kind of like an ass kicker. Next, we have the green travel case. I'm not talking about the re-release, I'm talking about the original with the pink emblem. This one is very hard to come by because the re-release did kind of water down the market. We're searching Jeffree Star green travel case. That one is what will come up. So getting the one with the pink emblem is harder. So that's why I've gone ahead and put it lower on the Iceberg, and you will end up paying quite a bit for it. Next, we have the Bomb Pop Mirror Without Hole. I've seen this going for like $600, which is like fucking absurd. The re-release is much easier to get. That's why it was so high on the Iceberg. However, the original without the hole is much harder to get, and you will end up spending quite a bit of money if you even are able to come by it. A lot of people are willing to spend the money, but they can't even find them. Next, we have the Netherlands exclusive mirror and bag, which is the purple color. Beautiful. I would love this to be released everywhere else. However, it won't be because it is a Netherlands exclusive. It's hard to come by. You can come by it though, and when you do, you will spend quite a bit of money on these items. That's why it's so low on the Iceberg. Almost to the bottom now, we have the orange travel case, which is from the Thirsty collection. Very hard to come by, and if you do come by it, you will be spending about $200 on it, at least in my experience. So that's why it's so low, as well as with the orange translucent makeup bag or the orange reflective makeup bag, whatever one you prefer to say. That's from the Thirsty collection as well too, and that one is harder to come by, and you will spend quite a bit of money for both of those items. Next, we have the Swarovski Rhinestone Liquid Lipsticks. I believe it was Celebrity Skin and Red Rum, which was released, and there was a very limited release. If I'm not mistaken, it was something like 250 of each. So they're very hard to come by. They are very rare, and you will pay, not only because the original pricing was expensive, but the resale price is even more expensive due to the rarity of these items. And you will also find a lot of kind of counterfeit rhinestone liquid lipsticks that claim to be the original Swarovski liquid lipsticks. So you can't really tell the difference unless you know your difference between standard rhinestones and Swarovski rhinestones. And last but not least, we have the one-of-a-kind mirrors. These were provided to people on Twitter who had every mirror that was ever created. Jeffree went out of his way to provide these people with the one-of-a-kind mirrors. I've gone ahead and I've taken this image from Twitter with all of their names on it. I have mine here. but this is so low on the list because there's one of each of these created, and they are very hard to come by because they are not being sold. So with one of one items, they are very hard to come by, very lucrative, and I'm assuming will not ever be sold by the people who are in possession of them. So that's why they are the lowest on the iceberg. I hope you guys really enjoyed. This was a lot of fun. It was a lot of work to do, but I really enjoyed it. Like, getting the photos, getting the iceberg together, like, it was just a lot of fun, and I thought it would be interesting to watch. I mean, I would watch it. So I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Bye.